Time flies when you're having fun. First, I want to thank then Alderman George Mansfield and Ken Parker for approaching me in 2004 to run for a special election. There was an open seat. And I decided that it was a good time in my life to do that. I had just sold my medical supply manufacturing business, and my youngest child was going off to college. And I thought, what a great time to do this. It was something that I had always thought in my life that would be enjoyable and that I would hopefully be good at. I ran to help create positive change that was needed, and also to preserve the things that are good about this city that we want to preserve, things that make this city a great place to live. And no one can do this alone. Government is not a solo job. Government is a team effort. And I think that this body has done a great job, as have past boards of aldermen and city councils, to make sure that working together is something that we make happen. I want to thank my colleagues, past and present, for working with me to make this a better place. And I also want to thank all of the people in the past who have run for my seat, either against me or for an open seat in Ward 6 at large, because it really has helped to forward the democratic process, and it allowed me to get my signs out there. And I think that really helps for recognition and to grease the way for the next election, getting those signs out there. First and foremost, I want to thank my family. And I have one member of my family in the audience tonight, my beloved husband, John Ficcarelli. John, thank you for managing to avoid most meeting nights when you're picking the season tickets for the season games in the Celtics, the Red Sox, and the Bruins. You have done a great job of both being able to be here at most meetings and are making those important games. I also want to thank my children for the unconditional support that the whole family has given me, and for my family and the dogs for the comic relief that they have given me on so many occasions throughout these 20 years. I want to thank Ruth Dane and my campaign committee for keeping me on the straight and narrow when I was campaigning, the many times that I've campaigned. Again, I want to thank everybody who has run not only against me, but against all of my colleagues, because I think it's kept us all honest and made us better candidates and better city councilors. Thank you also to the mayors. I have had the pleasure of working under Mayor Cohen, Mayor Seti Warren, whom we just tragically lost, and Mayor Fuller and Mayor-elect Laredo, for how hard you've worked and how deeply you have all cared for the city. And thank you, Mayor Fuller, for your extraordinary support of arts and culture. And thank you for always showing up. Every time I have been to an affair, an event, something for arts and culture, Kay Khan is always there, Amy Sangiolo is always there, and Mayor Fuller is always there. I don't know where they got the time, but they found it, and they did a spectacular job. I also want to thank our very talented staff that people have thanked before me. I don't think we can say enough thank yous to them. They have tremendous talent. They have tremendous dedication. And we're very, very fortunate that they make running this city look easy. And thank you to all the department heads for their very capable leadership. The DPW for keeping the streets and the sidewalks and the stormwater and the trash and the snow clearing and everything else working in the city. Everything that means living a day-to-day life in this city, the DPW is to be thanked for. And to inspectional services for so skillfully overseeing our built environment, to the law department for defending us against all the lawsuits that we have had over the years. I can't count the number that I have been notified of over the years. It's dozens. And to assessing and treasury, executive office, public buildings, Josh, thank you for everything that you've done. Thank you for what you're going to be doing in the city for the next term under Mayor Laredo, to the comptroller's office, and a special thank you to the parking control officers for the very tough job that they do. It's thankless and tough, and they really make our city, the built environment and the parking situation, livable for all of us. And thank you to my colleagues for picking up the kitty toys at the MMA for our children's dental health program that my husband and I do in Mexico every year. And I hope when you go to MMA this year, look for the kitty toys and anything that a little kid would like to play with, throw it in your bag, and I will come and collect them at the end. These little kids love these little toys. Even the DPW stuff, the little mini trash barrels and things that you wouldn't think that a child would have fun with, but it's always the box that the kid has the most fun with anyway. So what have we done together over these past 11 terms? Here's a short list. More diverse housing, some 3,000 more units built or under having been permitted. We've passed the expanded stretch code, requiring among the strongest building and energy standards in the Commonwealth. Austin Street, Trio, Dunstan East, Northland, Riverside, and significant affordable housing components with them, and many, many smaller projects. We have physically safer streets and sidewalks with all the puck lights and the extended curbs. This is a much safer city for pedestrians and bikes. And speaking of bikes, bike paths, we now have wonderful bike paths all over the city. And I'm very proud to say that the first bike path that was so controversial back in, I don't know, 15 years ago or so, I championed, along with my then Ward 6 colleagues, and Councilor Baker and the Ward 7. It ran from Hammond Street all the way into Newton Center. That was the first one. We had tremendous opposition against it. We did it anyway, and it led the way for a much friendlier environment for pedestrians and for bikes. We have a comprehensive plan. We have a bike and pedestrian plan. We have a climate action plan. No commercial parking. Thank you very much, Councilor Krinsman, for championing that, along with all the other councilors who voted for that. I think it has done a tremendous amount to making our village environments way more pleasant. We rewrote our zoning code and we passed VCOD. We tightened our building and engineering standards. We are 12 years into a 20-year infrastructure plan replacement. Previously, we were on a 200-year replacement plan for the city, and we thought that that might extend actually to 300 years before Seti Warren came up with the first plan, and we're doing very, very well on that. We purchased the West Newton Armory. It's now being renovated to 40 plus deeply affordable units for veterans, many of whom are formerly homeless. And under Mayor Fuller, we purchased and kept Webster Woods. Councilor Baker, thank you very much for all the work that you did on that. Our other illustrious Ward 7 colleagues also worked very hard on that. And we're very, very proud that we have an urban wood that is so rare certainly in the Boston area. And we will always have it. So thank you, Madam Mayor, for that. You led the way. Unforgettable moments. Passing VCOD, finally passing Riverside, acquiring the Armory, passing the sidewalk snow ordinance, putting in the first bike path, finally passing Riverside. Riverside passed 23 in favor, 2 against, but I think that everyone wants to see that built. I know I have followed it from, I think it goes back to something like 2007. So I can't wait until that shovel goes in the ground. Lessons learned. Government is not a one-man show. It can only work as a team effort. How hard our public servants work. I've gathered tremendous and gained tremendous respect for our city staff. I've learned how fragile and vulnerable public health is. We learned this during COVID. We lost a lot of wonderful friends. How important it is for government to step up to the plate in a crisis and be prepared. Boldness has genius power. If you can dream it, you can do it. And my advice, go electric. Support all types of housing and public transit. Think bold. Make no small plans. Expand composting. Give blood. Support vaccinations and keep Newton's water supply fluoridated. It's the best way to safeguard our children's health. Support inclusion, no matter what Washington says. Keep working on getting rid of double polls. Councilor President-elect, Mayor-elect Laredo has worked on this for years, as has Councilor Albright. And I know she will, and he will continue to work on this. We got to get rid of these double polls. Get us off fossil fuels, plant trees, and pass the volunteer poet laureate position. I've been hoping for this for many years, and I have no doubt that in the next term, it will happen. So in the interest of time, I've taken more than my share. I'll leave it here. Have a great holiday. And I will see you in the new year, just from the other side of the rail. Thank you.